Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So, as continuation to my previous reading, it looks like both of the Sussexes are trying to rewrite history. Meghan is rewriting her childhood, rewriting her occupational history. She is pretending to that her history is the same as she's trying to portray herself as this poor girl that was alone, and she was the ugly duckling, and she was the smart one, but then she was the bimbo, and she's trying to change her narrative, and so does Harry. Now they are trying to distance themselves from things that they already have done. They haven't said anything about the Oprah interview, which surprises me, and I wonder whether or not it will be something that they will slam in the future. But they might be afraid of Oprah because they know that they were the one who misled her. And they already distancing themselves from the Netflix series, although it hasn't even come out yet. And now what is going to happen with the book? Now, Harry is not writing the book by himself. There is a ghostwriter. His name is JR Moehringer, and he's a Pulitzer Prize winner. So he's a very acclaimed author, and I'm sure that he doesn't write things that the subject doesn't tell him. But will Harry try to blame this ghostwriter when the backlash will start coming out about the book? Because this book probably contains lots of nuclear bombs, a lot of information that is going to damage Camilla, and all sorts of accusation against the royal family around his mother. And he's already started with saying that he never heard the word therapy until he started working with GETTR. And we all know that it's bollocks. We all know that he already started therapy when his brother brought him, took care of that, and they opened the Heads Together charity, this initiative together. So how can he just forget his past and try to rewrite his history is beyond me. But he's doing that. And probably that book contains quite a lot of damaging information. And the damaging information is not so much for the royal family as it is for Harry himself, because he's the one that's going to be scrutinized when excerpts will start coming out with all sorts of accusations that are just not true. So will he then blame the ghostwriter? And if he does, how will the ghostwriter react? So I'm going to do an SOS reading. This is the Dark Grimoire Tarot. And I'm going to do this SOS reading and going to ask if Harry is going to blame the ghostwriter for all the backlash that will come from the book. And if I'm getting a yes answer, I will continue with an underlying and a middle card to see what the ghostwriter's reaction will be. So let's start with clearing the deck. Okay, so is Harry about to blame his ghostwriter, JR Moehringer, in the backlash that his book will produce? Sorry, I just lost the word. So let's start over. Will Harry blame his ghostwriter, JR Moehringer, in the backlash that the book will produce? Well, I need to do that again and ask it in a more clear way. So let's think about it. Will Harry blame the ghostwriter JR Moehringer if his book damages his own image and all the backlash that will come out from the claims in Harry's book? So will Harry blame the ghostwriter for those mistakes in the book or for the things that are not accurate in the book? Okay, I think that I entered the question, and now I am going to open it and take out 3 cards. Now, I didn't tell you about this new table mat. I hope you like it. And today I'm continuing my master's course in tarot, the Tarot Masters course, and it is helping me a lot with the intuition and more profound interpretation of the cards. So you might see that coming in the next few weeks when things are starting to sink in a little bit more. Okay, so the answer is the 7 of Swords. Now, many people see the 7 of Swords as a no card, but it is actually a yes card. Why is it a yes card? Because the 7 of Swords, when it is in the upright, speaks about strategy, planning, and usually it is a good strategy and a good planning. This is about having a good head, thinking in a good way, and this is also about acting alone. Now, it is about taking an idea and making it a reality, and this is what the ghostwriter did. He took Harry's words, Harry's ideas, and made a book out of them. Now, this card shows a person that is sneaking in on someone who is asleep. So even if we're just looking at the and there is a book here and a gun on top of the book, okay? So every symbol here has a meaning. Now, because this is not a Rider-Waite tarot, and the symbols are quite different, but it is about someone who is sneaking in on someone who is naively sleeping. And this is how Harry sees himself. He sees himself as the one who's sleeping here, and this is the ghostwriter who is sneaking behind his back and trying to hurt him. So he is going to blame the ghostwriter for this. Now here you see a book and a gun on it, so the gun has a meaning as well. It's either the weapon that he's keeping to protect himself, but it is also, if you just look at the book and the gun, it's like an explosive book. So this book is going to be explosive. Harry is going to act as if he's naively told the ghostwriter all sorts of stories, and the ghostwriter is the one to blame for all of the nuclear bombs, for the explosiveness of this book. But even if I'm looking at the psychological meaning of the card in the way that we read the Rider-Waite tarot, it is a yes card. It is a card of getting your ideas and making them a reality. It's about having a strategy. Now, strategy can be for the good or for the bad, but it is still a yes card. Okay, so on this side, we see the card of the Knight of Cups, and he's going towards the 7 of Swords. Now, why is it? Because the Knight of Cups, which is another yes card, but the Knight of Cups is like the fantasizer. And this is Harry's fantasies about having this best-selling book, about having this amazing success, about getting even with his family and all of his fantasies, and he's dreaming about that. So this is like the dream that he's having, and this is why the knight is riding towards the Seven of Swords. So this is Harry's fantasies, and because he is living in this fantasy world, he's missing opportunities, and this is only to show that he lives in a world of his own. Nothing is actually connected to reality, and what he's told the ghostwriter is also his fantasies. It's not real, but he doesn't know how to differentiate between reality and the fantasies that he's living in. Now, on the other side, we get the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is another card that shows us that he is completely detached from reality. The Two of Swords is a card that speaks about being disengaged from reality and inability to cope with reality because of that. And this causes you to make mistakes. This causes you to do the wrong thing and to listen to bad advice. This is a card of family fights. This is a card of a tendency to overlook facts and reluctance to face problems, depression. And this is another card that shows us that that Harry is living in a fantasy world, is unable to cope with reality. He believes everything that Meghan tells him, and this is why there is this family fight, this rivalry between him and his brother, and it's all a part of him not living in the real world. So yes, he is going to try and blame the ghostwriter. So let's see what the underlying message is telling us about how will the ghostwriter react, and we get the devil. So this card is actually telling us that the ghostwriter will not shut up. He will not let things just, settle down and say that, okay, maybe he made a mistake. No, he's not going to take the blame on him. This is a card that shows us that he is going to use all of his weapons to show that the devil is the one behind that everything. The devil means Harry. So he's going to show Harry's face for who he really is. If Harry attempts to make some kind of accusations against him, he won't rest. He won't say, he will not shut up. Even if he has an NDA, I believe that he will then claim that if he's being blamed, then he can protect himself. So he's not going to shut up. And the middle card here is telling us, is the Queen of Cups. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is the adventurous queen. She's also someone who is very prone to changes, someone who is able to cope with changes. This is the Scorpio card, so this card can also represent King Charles because he is a Scorpio. But this is a card of someone who is not afraid of change, someone who is not afraid of adventures. And the devil is actually badly aspecting all of these cards. And if we're talking about the way that the ghostwriter will react, this is a card that he will come and say, okay, I went to this adventure. I had in mind that I am helping Harry in order to get his book, but he will have no difficulty to destroy Harry in order to rebuild his own reputation. So this card is talking about instability in a way, and cheating and addiction and revenge. So I will take the revenge here, and the ghostwriter will do whatever he can to protect himself, to expose Harry as the devil, and to come out and say, I did not made up anything. Everything that I wrote in that book is things that Prince Harry told me. So I am not the one who lives in a fantasy world. I am not the one who doesn't know how to deal with reality. And I'm not the one who is sneaking behind a sleeping person and trying to hurt him. So I'm not this person. And Harry is not that naive person that is sleeping in bed. Okay, so this is the tarot, and the oracle deck is the Moon Witch Oracle, and I'm going to clear the deck and get an advice for JR Moehringer. So advice for JR Moehringer, Harry's ghostwriter. Okay, and I'm taking a card from here, and it is familiar. Listen and learn. So a familiar is a guiding spirit, or even a teacher or a friend, someone who carries wisdom and brings attentions to the aspect of the life, of his life, that need acknowledgement. So this is a card that is telling him, if you have this kind of person in your life, a teacher, a friend, someone who can help you get over all of this backlash, then just listen to him and listen to his advice and follow his advice. If you don't have this kind of person, then just get out, start looking around in the surrounding you, find your familiar, find the person that can help you to get over all of this backlash. So this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.